Men's basketball coach, Liberty North. Weather's nicer outside, which is good for people that maybe have a little spring fever that's starting to hit some of us finally, because hit with all the snow and all the mess that we had to deal with. It's nice to have some better weather, but for us, for our team, what that means is district plays around the corner. It's the end of February, and we met on Sunday night as a district and seeded ours, and that information is available on our website. But Oak Grove was the 1 seed, Green Valley, who's the host school, is the 2. We received the 3. Excelsior Springs received the 4. Van Horn the 5. And Odessa the 6. That means the 3 and 6 will play each other. So we'll play Odessa on Tuesday the 22nd at 7:30 out in Green Valley. And before we get to that point, though, we got 2 more home games this week against the #1 team in our conference, Platte County, who knocked off Grandview last Friday, and then against little crosstown rival Kearney on Friday. So, some season left. Regular season-wise, we've only played 5 home games, and so we get 2 this week, which is nice for our guys to be able to stay at home. And hopefully build some momentum as we go into districts. So got a win last Friday night against Staley, 62-52. Played well enough to win, didn't play well enough to beat a lot of people, but luckily we were good enough to beat Staley that night. So Garrett was terrific again. He had 24 and 8. Brinkley had 6 and 11 for us. So hope we're playing our best ball. Hope we're playing it in the next 2 weeks, and our guys are excited about it. They've never experienced this, and we continue to tell them how much fun it is this time of year. So with that, open it up to questions.
Do you think after the win at Staley it'll raise morale and hopefully domino effect winning more games?
Yeah, the win against Staley, I think so. And what's important about the game that we played against Staley is we played Staley 8 days prior. We played them on the 3rd, and then we played them on the 11th. And on the 3rd, we really played one of our more complete games and took care of our opponent, beat them by 18. So for our guys, maturity-wise, I was scared to death going into the game, because I thought they'd think, well, we're better than them. We don't need to focus. We don't need to play, and that wasn't the case. We didn't play well in stretches, but we were good enough to win, and so we showed that we're capable. We showed that we're mature enough to handle and maybe beat a team that we're supposed to beat. So that's something that's good, because early on we weren't doing that. And so, is it a domino effect? I think so, and I think it's just them understanding how it works and building momentum off of it. When an opponent has a weakness, we try to go after that weakness, and we found some stuff against Staley we liked, and it gave us some success. So, I hope it does give us some momentum. Yeah.
You said you didn't play well against Staley. What are some things you need to improve upon for the next 2 home games? Yeah,
great question. We didn't play well against Staley. Just some little stuff. We didn't rebound the ball very well. We gave up 4 or 5 offensive rebounds in about an 8-possession stretch, and that just can't happen. And that, I don't know if that's a fatigue thing, if we got tired. I don't know if it's a focus thing, we just weren't paying attention or what. But we tell our guys every possession counts, and we've been harping on this, and we're right now overall we're 6-16, but we've lost 4 games by 1 possession. So, if that 1 possession flips in our favor, we're 10-12. So we're a lot closer to being a 500 team. And the thing that we tell our guys, and that we've really been harping on the last week probably, is, what do you want to define you? Because if you sit back and you just look at our record and you let your record define you, then that means that, we're a 6-16 team, and that's not very positive. 6-16, in a lot of programs isn't good enough, and it's not for us either. But if we can learn and grow from it, then I think that our record won't define us. So, we didn't rebound the ball well. We just had some lapses and focus during the game. But I didn't do the best job of coaching on Friday night. I made a couple decisions that were stupid. Just didn't do a good job. So I'm lucky. We're lucky that we got away with the win.
How are you guys preparing for your upcoming game against Platte County?
Well, yesterday, I don't know how much you know of our first game versus Platte County, but at one point it was 16-14. We were down by 2 with 8 seconds to go in the first quarter. We were feeling pretty good about ourselves. After I called, I think 3 timeouts or 4 timeouts, it was 44-14. So they went on 28-0, is that right? 28-0 run. We did a pretty good job of just throwing them the ball, and they just would go and shoot layups, and then we'd take it out of the net, we'd throw it to them again. So safe to say we've practiced taking care of the ball. You know, just some stuff a lot of coaches do. We put 6 guys on defense, then we put 7 guys on defense, so our guys, so it feels like, you know, there's more pressure out there than there is. And then, you know, Platte County plays a similar way to Grandview. They like to play fast. They like to press. They like to play up and down. And when we've played Grandview the past 2 times we played Grandview, I think we dictated the tempo. I think we imposed our style instead of letting them impose theirs. So that's something that we focused on.
How are you preparing for your upcoming games and districts?
You know, how are we preparing for districts? You know, I'd like to think that our preparation as a whole for the entire year has prepared us for that. And we can make some minor tweaks that if we need to per our opponent. But our guys will feel pressure. You know, they will, and it's our job to take that pressure off them and to let them relax and let them play and let them trust in their abilities. So, you know, we're trying to prepare a lot of the same way, because I think that if the guys saw us as a staff start to do stuff different, then I think they'd start to wonder, you know, why are they doing that? And they might start to think, are we good enough? Do they not think that we can do it? So a lot of our preparation's the same. A lot of it's the same, and we'll make some minor tweaks. But, you know, as a coach, there's really not a lot at this point in the year. I mean, we've got, I don't know, I don't want to say this because I'll jinx it myself, but I don't know what we don't have in. You know, we've practiced how to miss a free throw in case we don't have timeouts. We've practiced if we have the ball and there's under 2 seconds. If we have the ball and there's between 6 and 2. We've practiced all that stuff so that our guys hopefully have enough confidence. So to your point, you don't have to worry about practicing a bunch of new stuff and then them becoming overloaded. At this point, they just need to be able to react and play, and that's our job to prepare them for it, and I hope we have.
Now we're looking ahead a week here, but you said your first game is against Odessa. That's someone you guys haven't played, right?
Correct, yeah.
So how are you preparing your guys for a team you don't know how to go up against?
Well, this year we've done a lot of internal scouting, a lot of taking care of ourselves kind of thing. So we've made sure that our team's ready. We've made sure that regardless of opponent, we've got an idea about how we need to play. So if it was Odessa, if it was Kearney, whoever it was, we got to take care of ourselves. So we'll know who their main guys are, but we'll make sure that we've taken care of ourselves and we're ready to play.
This week you have 2 bigger games, both teams you've lost to in the past. What strides specifically are you making in the Kearney game?
Thanks for reminding me that we had lost to both of them. I forgot. Not really. I had forgot. 77-46 and 52-39 is the scores of who we'd lost to. Glad you got a sense of humor. We, you know, I think that just overall maturity-wise, our guys have grown up. They've noticed that the things that we've done in some of those games aren't conducive to winning. So I think they'll